the village of Oakhaven lay nestled in a valley, perpetually bathed in the gentle glow of the sun. Its people were known for their vibrant festivals, their hearty laughter, and their unwavering belief that joy was the only true currency. Yet, beneath this cheerful veneer, a quiet apprehension had begun to seep into their collective consciousness. For generations, Oakhaven had been spared the chilling tales of the Whisperwind peaks that loomed to the north, mountains rumored to be haunted, their jagged silhouettes often shrouded in an unnatural, swirling mist. Old Alara, the village's oldest resident and keeper of its fragmented history, would often speak of a forgotten time, when the peaks were not just ominous shapes but a place of profound sorrow. "They say," she'd murmur, her voice raspy with age, "that the shadows there, they sing. But it's not a song of joy, child. It's a lament." Most dismissed Alara's words as the ramblings of an old woman, but young Cale felt a strange pull towards the peaks. Cale was an artist, his hands forever smudged with charcoal, his mind brimming with untold stories. While others found beauty in Oakhaven's sun-drenched fields, Cale saw a profound, melancholic grandeur in the peak's austere presence. He dreamed of capturing their essence, of understanding the sorrow Alara spoke of. One crisp autumn morning, defying the village's unspoken warnings, Cale packed his sketchbook and a few provisions and set off for the Whisperwind peaks. The higher he climbed, the more the air grew thin, and the sunlight seemed to falter, replaced by a soft, ethereal luminescence. The trees, gnarled and ancient, twisted into grotesque shapes, their branches like skeletal fingers reaching towards the perpetually overcast sky. As dusk approached, a profound silence descended, broken only by the whisper of the wind. Cale found a small, sheltered alcove within a cluster of colossal, obsidian-like rocks. He lit a small fire, its meager flames dancing against the encroaching gloom. Then, it began. At first, it was a low hum, a vibration that seemed to emanate from the very stone beneath him. It grew, slowly, into a chorus of voices, not human, yet deeply resonant. It was a sound that tugged at the heartstrings, a mournful melody that spoke of loss, of yearning, of an immense, ancient grief. The shadows around him seemed to deepen, to take on a life of their own, swirling and dancing to the rhythm of the song. Cale was terrified, yet mesmerized. He had never encountered anything so profoundly sad, so utterly beautiful. He realized then that these were not just shadows, but echoes of forgotten beings, trapped between realms, their sorrow manifesting as this haunting melody. He opened his sketchbook, his charcoal moving almost instinctively, attempting to capture the ethereal dancers and the profound emotion that permeated the air. He sketched through the night, his fear slowly replaced by a deep empathy. He felt the weight of their sadness, the burden of their untold stories. He began to hum along, a soft, comforting counterpoint to their lament. As the first rays of dawn touched the highest peaks, the singing softened, the shadows receded, and a fragile sense of peace settled over the mountainside. Cale returned to Oakhaven a changed man. The villagers, seeing the weariness in his eyes but also a newfound serenity, were curious. He told them of the singing shadows, not with fear, but with a quiet reverence. He showed them his sketches, hauntingly beautiful depictions of the shadow figures, their forms indistinct yet powerfully expressive. Initially, the villagers were skeptical, even afraid. But Cale's conviction was unwavering. He explained that the shadows were not malevolent, but simply burdened with unresolved grief. They don't need to be feared, he told them, they need to be heard. They need comfort. Inspired by Cale's courage and the profound beauty of his art, a few brave souls decided to join him on his next journey to the peaks. They brought with them not weapons, but musical instruments, flutes, harps, and gentle drums. That night, as the shadows began their mournful song, the villagers joined in, their melodies intertwining with the ancient lament. They played songs of comfort, of remembrance, of hope. Slowly, imperceptibly, the nature of the shadows' song began to shift. The raw sorrow softened, a hint of acceptance weaving into the melodies. Over the following months, regular pilgrimages to the peaks became a tradition in Oakhaven. The villagers would sit with the shadows, listening, playing, offering their own gentle presence. The mist around the peaks began to thin, and the harsh, jagged edges of the mountains seemed to soften. One day, as the sun finally broke through the perpetual overcast sky above the peaks, a new sound emerged from the shadows, a harmonious chord, imbued with a deep, resonant peace. The lament was gone, replaced by a song of release, of quiet contentment. The shadows themselves seemed to shimmer, to glow, and then, slowly, gracefully, they began to fade, their work done. The Whisperwind Peaks never truly lost their mystery, but they ceased to be a place of fear. They became a symbol of understanding, a testament to the power of empathy, and the quiet strength found in acknowledging and comforting profound sorrow, rather than shunning it. Moral of the story: fear often stems from a lack of understanding. By bravely confronting what we perceive as frightening, seeking to understand its true nature, and offering compassion, we can transform fear into empathy and bring healing to both ourselves and others. Sometimes, the deepest sorrow simply needs to be heard and acknowledged to find peace.